Welcome to the second lecture of week 2, where we will discuss the governing equations involved in batch filtration. So, we will derive the equation for the batch filtration process. As far as filtration process is concerned, here we will consider cake filtration. So, if you consider this image, here what happens, this is basically the filter media, and here we have here slurry comes to the filter media, and we have the accumulation of cake over the filter media. The thickness of cake is LC. Now, this is the batch process, and first of all we have to calculate the pressure drop of this. So, from this side slurry enters, and here we have the pressure as PA. Now, through this cake, pressure will continuously keep on decreasing. So, here we have pressure P dash, and beyond this we have and further we have the filter media where pressure will be decreased further, and near the filter media towards the filtrate side we have the pressure as PB. So, when we calculate the total pressure drop across this system, we have to consider the pressure drop in the media and pressure drop in the cake. So, pressure drop during cake formation is denoted as delta P, which is basically PB minus PA, and it can be equated to P dash minus PA. Now, how we have considered P dash minus PA? Because difference is basically the final value minus initial value. So, in the cake final value is P dash, initial value is PA, and similarly difference is observed in media. So, P dash minus PA can be represented as minus delta PC, because why we have the negative sign? Because we have considered final minus initial. So, final pressure is lesser than the initial. So, minus sign will appear over here, and similarly we have minus sign in media. So, here we have defined the different pressure drop, that is delta P overall pressure drop in the system, delta PC pressure drop over the cake, and delta PM pressure drop across the media. So, as for calculation of pressure drop, we have two pressure drop basically. So, first of all we will discuss the pressure drop in cake, and then pressure drop in the media. The expression of these two pressure drop will be added to calculate total pressure drop. Now, what happens when we calculate the pressure drop in the cake? In the cake we have solid deposition. So, since the cake forms a porous bed over the filter media, the flow of filtrate through accumulated cake is analogous to the fluid flow through a packed bed of granular solids. So, when we consider the filter media where we have accumulation of solid particles, so when liquid passes through inside void in between the particle, that resembles to the condition where fluid passes through the packed bed of granular solid. So, if the particles in cake are uniformly wet by filtrate, then Cozzini's equation can be used to calculate the pressure drop across the cake, because here we have assumed that bed is completely wet, completely wetted with the liquid. So, we can use Cozzini's equations. So, here you see this is the media, and the total thickness of the media is L. Solids deposited over this media, and through these voidage, you see through these voidage the liquid flow, and therefore it can be considered as packed bed. So, Cozzini's equation for this case is used to calculate velocity of the fluid, and the equation is U dash is equal to pressure drop divided by K mu F L into RH square. Pressure drop is basically we have to calculate, that should be the pressure drop across the cake, mu F viscosity of the fluid, and L is total thickness of the cake. In this equation, this capital K is basically Cozzini's constant, and its value should be 25/6 for random packed particles of definite size and shape. So, here you see we are considering random packing because we are not aware for which orientation particle will settle over the media, therefore, it can be considered as random packing. RH we have denoted as the hydraulic radius, which is defined as the flow area by wetted perimeter. So here we have to derive the expression of RH to calculate the expression of U dash. So here I have to define the RH expression, and then that expression will be put in this U dash expression for further derivation. So RH we can define here as flow area by wetted perimeter. However, in actual sense or when we consider the this cake, or that we have resembled, that we have assumed as a pegged bed. So this RH is further defined as the flow volume by wetted area. Here you see RH is defined as flow area by wetted perimeter, and for this particular case we can define as flow volume by wetted area. Now RH we have defined over here, and its expression should be epsilon by SP 1 minus epsilon. You see this expression. So here epsilon is basically void fraction of the bed, that is void volume by total volume. So epsilon is basically the voidage inside the bed through which liquid will penetrate. So when we consider epsilon, that is basically the flow, it will speak about the flow volume of the liquid, and when we consider 1 minus epsilon, that will speak about the solid. So SP we have defined as specific surface, that is the surface area per unit volume of the particle. So this is for a particle, and it will be multiplied with 1 minus epsilon to calculate total flow area of the particle. And therefore, when we put the expression of RH, which is equal to epsilon by SP 1 minus epsilon into U dash, we can find this equation. Now here we will define another parameter, which is superficial velocity, and superficial velocity can be defined as the volumetric flow rate of the liquid divided by total cross sectional area, and that can be related with U dash. So how we can relate this with U dash? We have defined a factor, that is U superficial divided by U dash. So U superficial is the superficial velocity divided by the velocity of the liquid through cake. Now this U superficial by U dash is defined as void area by total area. Now how we can define this by void area by total area? How we define the superficial velocity is volumetric flow rate of the liquid divided by cross sectional area. So volumetric flow rate of the liquid, when we consider this as the meter cube of hole, because through holes or void it will flow, so that can be defined, that can be considered as meter cube of holes divided by second, that is the rate. And further, when we consider U dash, that would be the velocity of liquid through bed. So that we can define as meter of holes, or meter of holes, or meter of voidage divided by the time. So that time factor will be cancelled out, and meter of hole will be when we divide meter cube of hole by meter of hole, so that should be the meter square of hole. So that should be when we consider meter square of hole, that is nothing but the void area. And U superficial, that is it is defined as volumetric flow by cross sectional, total cross sectional area. So this complete factor can be defined as void area by total area. Further, we can consider this as void volume by total volume, and that is equated with the epsilon as we have defined earlier. So here we have to calculate superficial velocity. So when we multiply this epsilon with U dash, we can calculate superficial velocity, and the expression we can obtain like this. Superficial velocity, according to its definition, that should be dV by dt by A, and that equated with the expression over here. Now here you see the pressure drop over here is replaced with the pressure drop across the cake, that is pressure drop of cake, because here what we are considering, the particle movement through the bed. So whatever pressure drop is will be obtained, that will be offered by the cake itself, therefore pressure drop will be replaced by pressure drop across the cake. So in this way we define the superficial velocity. Further, here we can rewrite this particular expression as 1 by A dV over dt, and that is equated with minus delta Pc by alpha mu f Lc. Now Lc is basically total thickness of the cake. Alpha we have introduced over here, and mu f we have defined as the viscosity of the fluid. So alpha we can further define like this, where we have all constants values. So alpha is basically defined as the specific cake resistance. So following this expression, where delta Pc is pressure drop across the cake and Lc is the thickness of cake, as we have already discussed. So delta Pc expression would be alpha mu f Lc by A dV over dt. So here we can represent the pressure drop across the cake in terms of rate of filtration. dV by dt is nothing but the rate of filtration. So further we have to define the condition of the cake, that is what expression, what value we have to take for alpha, because alpha is basically the specific cake resistance, and that will be offered by the filter cake. So here we can define as filter cake can be incompressible. You understand what is the meaning of incompressible, that whatever position it has taken over the bed, it will remain as it is. So whatever volume, whatever voidage over there, that will remain as it is. So for incompressible, alpha is independent of the pressure drop and position in the cake, because when we deal with the pressure drop, it will force the pressure, higher force will force the slurry to pass through, and therefore it compresses the bed also, it compresses the cake also. And here we have assumed cake should be incompressible, so it should be free from the pressure drop, or it should not dependent on the pressure drop, the alpha value. And here we are considering the compressible cake, where we have different conditions, such as the compressible cake is formed when cake is not made up of individual rigid particles. When particles are not rigid, then we can make the compressible cake, where epsilon, Sp by Vp vary from layer to layer. Epsilon, you understand voidage, because when incompressibility, when compressibility will be considered, the bed near to the filter media, it has lesser voidage in comparison to the voidage available at near the slurry. So epsilon as well as Sp by Vp, that is specific surface area of the particle, that will be varied from layer to layer. Epsilon varies with distance from filter media. So here we have the resistance, and that is a specific cake resistance. So as compressibility increases, resistance increases, so alpha will be varied from initial layer to the final layer, which is near to the media. Now cake nearest the surface of the media is subjected to the greatest compressive force and has lowest epsilon, as we have already discussed, because nearest to the filter media, the because slurry is coming from this side, so all particles available in the cake, that compresses the initial layer. So obviously voidage would be minimum at media, and it should be maximum when we are considering, and it should be maximum when we are considering the slurry. Pressure gradient is not linear, and local value of alpha may vary with time. So all these factors considered when we are defining compressible cake, and the average value of alpha is determined experimentally for each sludge. So here you see, for compressibility and for incompressibility, alpha can be defined, but for compressibility it is more complicated in comparison to incompressible cake. For compressible cake, alpha value determination of alpha value will be more difficult in comparison to incompressible cake. Now here in this slide we will define, we will derive the expression of Lc, which is nothing but the total thickness of cake. So LC is expressed in terms of volume of filtrate, that is V, cake voidage and concentration of feed slurry. If filtrate is solid free, then we can say that mass of the solid in the cake is equal to mass of the solid in the feed slurry. So as we have assumed that filtrate is solid free, so whatever mass is available in the slurry, all that mass will be accumulated in the cake. So we can equate these two. If X is the mass fraction of solid in feed slurry, then mass of the solid in feed slurry can be defined as X by 1 minus X, volume of filtrate plus volume of liquid in voidage of cake into rho F. Now how this expression is obtained? When you see the definition of X, what is X? Is the mass fraction of solid in the slurry. So X can be defined as mass of solid divided by mass of solid plus mass of liquid in the slurry. So from this expression, when we calculate mass of the solid, so that should come as X by 1 minus X into the mass of the liquid. So how we can calculate the volume of the liquid is the volume of filtrate plus volume of liquid which is available in the bed, because volume will not available in the slurry. Slurry has been filtered, so whatever liquid is available, that is either collected in terms of filtrate or it will remain in the bed itself. So here we can define as X by 1 minus X into V. V is the total filtrate which has been collected, plus epsilon ALC. Now what is ALC? If you consider, A is the cross sectional area of cake and LC is the thickness of cake. So this is the volume of cake into epsilon, because epsilon is the voidage. So in this way we can define the volume of the liquid in the cake. So whole factor is multiplied with rho F, because we have to consider over here the mass of the liquid. So volume collected into density of the fluid. Further, mass of the solid in cake is 1 minus epsilon ALC into rho S. Again, ALC is the volume of the cake, 1 minus epsilon is the total volume of the solid in cake into rho S. So it will give mass of the solid in cake. So after equating mass of the solids in cake and mass of the solid in feed slurry, we can find this expression from where we can calculate this LC. All constant value will be collected in terms of small v. So small v, how we can define this? If we consider this A into LC, that is total volume of the cake, and V is the volume of the filtrate. So how we can define the small v is the cake deposited by passage of unit volume of filtrate. So by this way we can define small v value. Considering the expression of LC in pressure drop of cake, that is delta PC expression, we can use here, and then this is the final expression for pressure drop across the cake. Further, we can define pressure drop across the filter media, that is minus delta Pm equal to Rm mu F by A. So you see here we have changed, here we have replaced all the alpha V, capital V by A with Rm, that is the total resistance offered by the media, and mu F into dV by dt. So based on this expression we can calculate pressure drop in the media. So Rm is basically the filter media resistance, and which should be determined experimentally. Now further we will see few factors about the filter media resistance, that is Rm. Rm may vary with pressure drop, as solid particles can be forced into the filter media. So obviously when particle enter through the filter media, Rm value will be affected. So what we can say that Rm value will be affected by the pressure drop, because of high pressure particle will enter into the media. Now it can also vary with age and cleanliness of the filter medium, but since it is important only during early stages of filtration, can usually be assumed as constant. So usually we assume Rm factor as constant, and therefore total resistance of the filtration is, total pressure drop of the filtration is, we have clubbed over here the pressure drop across the cake, and that is across the media, and further rearranging this we can find this expression, and therefore the ultimate filtration equation, that is dt by dV is equal to mu f by A pressure drop into alpha V by A capital V plus Rm. So this equation is basically the governing equation for filtration process, and this we will use for further calculation, for further deriving different cases, different expressions. Now here we will see the expression which are proposed to calculate the specific cake resistance, that is alpha. First expression is given by Sperry, and it was proposed that alpha will be equal to alpha naught minus delta p s, where alpha naught and s are the empirical coefficients, and specifically S we have defined as the compressibility coefficient of the cake. It should be 0 for incompressible cake, and it should have positive value for compressible one. Usually it vary from 0.2 to 0.8. Now if you see this particular expression, it has the limitation that if pressure drop will be 0, it will predict 0 value of alpha. Now to overcome this limitation, Ruth proposed a correlation, and that is alpha should be equal to alpha naught 1 plus m minus delta p power s. So both these correlations are the function of delta p. When we consider Sperry as well as Ruth, both are the function of delta p only. Therefore for compressible sludge also alpha is constant if filtration is being conducted at constant pressure. So you see, when we consider constant rate filtration, that cannot be accounted by these equations. So these are the limitation of this. Further, Donald and Heinemann proposed a correlation, that is alpha is equal to constant 1 by A dV over dt. So that will depend on the rate expression. Further, it will not consider the variable pressure drop condition, and here in this expression n vary from 0 to 20. So clubbing all these conditions together, a generalized correlation was proposed, and it accommodate the expression at constant pressure as well as at constant rate. So in this way we calculate the expression for alpha. Now here we will consider different cases for filtration, like we have constant pressure, constant rate, as well as compressible and incompressible. So here we have 4 different cases, and for these cases we will define the filtration equation which we have just derived for different cases. So final filtration equation we have derived in this form, and this we will use for further cases. First case is constant pressure and incompressible sludge. So you understand, for incompressible sludge alpha value should be constant. So what we can do over here, that because the pressure drop is constant, so all these factors except volume we can consider as constant, and the whole expression of filtration will be denoted as dt by dV equal to kpv plus b. So here b will be a constant and kp should be the constant, and you see b considers the expression for B considers the value of Rm, and Kp considers the value of alpha. For practical purpose, what happens, instead of dt we consider delta. So delta t by delta v is equal to Kp V average plus B. Now what is V average? V average we can calculate as V1 plus V2 by 2, that is very simple. V1, that is the initial volume, V2 when we consider, so that we can write as V1 plus the differential volume collected. So V average we can define as V plus delta V by 2, so it should be V plus delta V by 2. So here you see this equation, delta T by delta V equal to Kp V average plus B. So here we can plot delta T by delta V with V average, and it is the straight line equation, so we can get this line. And once we extrapolate this to the, when we extrapolate this, it has the intercept and it has the slope. The slope of the line gives the value of Kp, which consequently gives the value of alpha, and similarly the intercept will give value of B, and therefore we can calculate value of Rm from this. So in this way all constants value will be calculated for this particular case. Similarly, we have constant rate and incompressible sludge, that is alpha is constant. So as rate is constant, dV by dt we can denote it as V by T, which should be a constant. So pressure drop equation is this, and here we can write pressure drop in terms of volume plus Br. As dV by dt is also a constant, all these factors, all these parameters will be clubbed into one, and that we have denoted with Kr. So Kr is this and Br is shown by this expression. So further what we can do, here we have KRV plus Br. So when we divide and multiply this V with time, so that should be V by T into T. So V by T would be a constant. So collecting these constant, that is Kr and V by T, we have denoted another constant, that is Kr dash into T plus Br. So here you see we have pressure drop with respect to volume also when we have not considered T, and we have pressure drop with respect to time also when we have considered V by T. So here once we draw pressure drop with respect to volume or time, we can find a straight line, and in the similar method as we have discussed in the last slide, when we extrapolate this we have the intercept and this particular line has a slope. So the intercept will give value of Br, and through which we can calculate value of Rm. Slope of the line gives value of Kr or Kr dash, and through which we can calculate value of alpha. So in this way we can calculate alpha as well as Rm for constant rate and incompressible sludge. Now third condition we have is the constant pressure and compressible sludge. Now for constant pressure and compressible sludge, as the compressible sludge we are considering alpha should not be a constant. So for constant rate and for constant pressure and compressible sludge, for compressible sludge alpha value should not be a constant, it will be a function. So that we have considered, so here we have considered Sperry correlation to define alpha value. This is basically the final filtration equation, where alpha would be replaced by alpha naught Ps delta P minus delta P power S. So that delta P we have replaced over here with minus sign, because why minus sign is there, that we have already discussed. So collecting the constant, we have one constant which will be multiplied with the volume, and here we have another constant. Now usually V vary, here we are assuming V as constant. V as constant for a small value of epsilon, and for most of the filter cakes, particularly compressible cake, epsilon value is very small, so we can consider V as small. So all these constant will give the value of will be collected as Kp dash, and all these constants values will be collected as B. So again you see delta T by delta V would be the function of V average, we can define like this. So again delta T by delta V will be a function of V average, which we can define like this. Here you see single expression is there, but we have three lines. Why we have three lines is at different pressure drop. Now here we have considered constant pressure drop. So how these three pressure drop will appear, and in one pressure drop we have carried out whole filtration process, and further we change the pressure drop, and at that particular pressure drop whole filtration process will be carried out, and similarly for third pressure drop. So though we have considered 3 different pressure drop value, but this will be a constant pressure drop operation. Why we are doing this, it will be clear after some time. So once we have 3 or 4 value of pressure drop, we have 3 or 4 straight line in this graph. Extending the values, extending these graph up to y axis, we have 3 different intercept. So we have 3 different value of B, 3 different value of Rm will be calculated through these B values. So average of these Rm value will give the value of Rm. Further, slope of this line will give Kp dash values. So here we have 3 lines, so 3 Kp dash values we can obtain. Further, if you see the expression of Kp dash, that is mu f alpha naught V by A square pressure drop 1 minus S. So when we take log of this expression, that should be log Kp dash equal to log of this expression minus 1 minus S log pressure drop. So here we have, you can see Kp dash vary with the pressure drop. So we can draw the line, we can draw the graph between Kp dash and pressure drop. 1 minus S with minus would be the slope of this. So obviously the slope would be negative. Slope of this line will give value of S, because that should be equal to 1 minus S, from where we can calculate S, and intercept of this line will give the value of this particular constant, and through which we can calculate alpha naught. So here you see, for constant pressure and compressible sludge we have 3 different constant: Rm value, S value and alpha naught. So therefore we have gone through 2 steps for calculating these constants. And finally we have constant rate and compressible sludge. This is the pressure drop equation. dV by dt is constant because that is constant rate, and here alpha is, that is Sperry correlation, and that is considered as the function of delta Pc. Now usually it is defined as total pressure drop, but here we are considering only as a function of delta Pc, because total pressure drop will be the pressure drop across the bed and pressure drop across the media. Usually pressure drop across the media is constant, so alpha will be the function of pressure drop across the cake. Therefore here alpha is considered like this. Now once we consider alpha, once we define alpha like this, then the pressure drop expression where we replace alpha value over here. And when we elaborate this particular expression, when we consider this Rm dV by dt mu f by A, so that is nothing but the pressure drop of media. If we club all these expressions, if we club all these parameter, it will be nothing but pressure drop across the media. So that we can take to left side, so that is minus delta P minus delta Pm equal to this expression. So when we consider this particular expression, this would be nothing but pressure drop across the cake. So pressure drop across the cake we can keep, and here also we have pressure drop across the cake. So final equation would be pressure drop across the cake power 1 minus S equal to mu f alpha naught V 1 by A dV by dt whole square into T. Now how this expression is obtained? Because here we have the expression dV by dt by A square into V. So as this is the constant rate case, dV by dt would be a constant, that should be V by T. Now this is the expression. As you can see here, we have the expression that we have to rewrite. How we can rewrite this is equal, how we can rewrite this? When it is equal to 1 by A square, dV by dt will replace by dV by dt will be replaced by V by T, and here we have the V value that we multiply and divide by T. So here you see V by AT whole square into T which is which we can write as 1 by a dv over dt whole square. So this dv over dt whole square t we can put over here. So all these value would be a constant, and delta pc power 1 minus s should be equal to kr dash into t. Taking log of this, we can calculate, rewrite the expression. Now here you see time varies with minus delta pc. So to calculate s value as well as kr dash, we have to draw the line of pressure drop across the cake versus time. Now how I can obtain practical value of pressure drop across the cake? Like when we draw the graph between pressure drop, that is total pressure drop versus time, and when we extend this curve up to t equal to 0. So at t equal to 0, whatever would be the pressure drop, that would be the pressure drop due to media, not the pressure drop due to cake, because at t equal to 0 cake will not be formed. So in that way we can calculate pressure drop across the media, and when we deduct this pressure drop across the media from total pressure drop, we can calculate pressure drop across the cake. So in this way we can calculate pressure drop across the cake, and then delta pc versus time we can plot, and we can calculate value of s as well as kr dash. So in this way we can we can use the governing equation for filtration for these 4 cases. So here I am stopping lecture 2. We will discuss filtration process in lecture 3 also. So that's all for now. Thank you.